Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another podcast with Recon Trooper.
Hey there, folks. Recon Trooper here, and if you're watching my version, I hope you enjoy this Red Faction. I hope you enjoy the Dying Light gameplay and the Star Wars Battlefront II gameplay. Sorry, Red Faction 2 was last time. Never mind.
What Battlefront 2 we talking, old or new?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Totally clears it up.
Yep.
Awesome. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm recording, hopefully recording some GTA 5, because that's going to be a topic, Rockstar Games. But yeah, guys, you probably know the drill by now, but if not, make sure to go to subscribe to Recon Trooper as well as myself. You're going to have a channel link in the description. And any other, if I do end up using
also
some
another thing
someone,
on that note, if any of you are subscribed to me and haven't been getting notifications, unsubscribe and then subscribe again, because I've changed my channel over to Not for Kids, and apparently that's why Franchise hasn't been getting notifications like he should have been all that time.
Yes, yeah, it was a pretty finicky process, but we ended up doing it, I think. But
so yeah, just unsubscribe and resubscribe if you need to. Then you should get them again. So
just make sure to actually remember to subscribe again.
Yeah, I think the problem I didn't know that it was set to that, because I had in the settings I had it set to decide for each video. And so I guess it naturally assumed it was for kids unless the video itself was not for kids or something. But for some reason made my channel for kids. So I had to just set it to not for kids. I'm not going to choose anymore, I guess.
Yeah. YouTube can be weird, but
besides,
on that note,
none of my videos are for kids anyway. I mean, yeah, there's Lego gameplay, but we talk about some brutal things sometimes. Like death, like zombies and...
Zombies are cool.
Yeah, but they're not for kids, so.
Yeah, I wish. Anyway, so I'm excited to get into this. I got a few good topics. I know Recon does too, but I guess I'll start first, because you kind of prepped it with Dying Light gameplay. We are actually getting, you guys probably know this, but we're getting Dying Light. I believe it's called The Beast. And we are getting like a Dying Light spin-off. It's not really Dying Light 3. But they did say it's a pretty substantial 18 to 20 hour DLC, and it is canonically set between Dying Light 1 and 2, and I think that's kind of it's got some good potential. So tell me your thoughts on The Beast. Are you getting it? Are you looking forward to it? What do you know about it? That kind of thing. Because I'm not really in the loop. I mean, I know about it, but I'm a little bit out of the loop.
None of the above. That's what I think about it.
Okay.
Because I haven't been following Dying Light. I've heard about The Beast, but I haven't really been following it because, for one thing, I'm more interested in the Dead Island 2 update that's coming next month. And also, I've been, as you know by my video that you finally got a notification for, I've been more into the Sonic stuff recently. It's as I said, I get into a franchise and then I become obsessed with it for a while, and right now it's just the Sonic stuff.
Hey, it's all good here. I'm not complaining with Sonic.
As opposed to Godzilla, which was like for a long time, but
right. Well, I mean, that's all good. So you're not getting it, and the Dead Island 2 DLC, that is free, correct?
It's supposed to be, at least.
Okay.
That's what it says, but there's also a new Ultimate Edition coming out, and there's apparently a new weapon DLC pack that's coming with it, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be an exclusive thing, like you have to get the Ultimate Edition to get it, because for one thing, that's not really fair to all the people that got it on launch day, like me, and, you're suddenly you're releasing this Ultimate Edition that only if you get that you get this DLC, and but also, I don't see why it wouldn't be free, given that everything else pretty much has been, except for some weapons and outfits, but those are fine.
True, yeah.
I mean, they're not a big deal. So, and I'm willing to buy the thing if it's not exclusive to the Ultimate Edition. I'm willing to buy the new one. I forget what it's called. It's something to do with Kingdom or something. Some game that's coming out that Deep Silver's releasing next year.
Oh, okay. So this is like a not zombie thing, right?
No, but they're releasing a DLC pack, so I'm assuming they're kind of hinting at weapons you're going to be using in the game, I guess. But they're showing what they can do against zombies first, I guess, before you battle the living guys that use them against you too, or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure about the neighborhood watch. I'm more, because for one thing, I'm hoping it's not co-op exclusive, because that kind of ruins people that just want to try it out, and they have to play online. Go figure with these games these days.
Yeah.
And right, Black Ops 6, and
yeah.
I'm also kind of nervous about the difficulty of it because, I'm one of those people that actually doesn't like too difficult of things, like I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say I don't like challenges while at the same time hating them, but.
Well, yeah, I think like Elden Ring, for example, it's not really hard. It's more challenging. So I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But I would just want to play it to get weapons and stuff unlocked, not so much the location maybe too, but that's another thing. I hope the location isn't going to be exclusive to the mode. Like maybe it's a new location you can actually just go into as your hero, and there's maybe like a sign or something that you interact with to enter Neighborhood Watch with, instead of like trying to travel there and then it automatically turns into Neighborhood Watch on you.
Yeah.
Because, the Venice Canals, from what the trailer shows, it looks like it'd be interesting to explore, but just explore. Not have a survival mode all of a sudden that you have to spend 5 days trying, and the 5th day is the worst when apparently the whole army comes after you.
Yeah, trying to grind, exactly.
But, and there's no fury mode, so you're basically, if you're getting surrounded and you really need that fury, throw the controller at the TV. There's your fury.
Yeah, right. Free of charge.
So, no, it's been charged. It's because of all the damage you're taking and your fury's building inside you, and then all of a sudden you die and you just,
Yeah, and then you got to buy a new TV.
And controller, probably.
Yeah, my Xbox Series X controller actually died a few days ago. Not because I threw it at the TV.
Oh.
I should clarify. It almost happened, but it just died. Old age, like humans.
But
I didn't bury it.
Definitely looking forward sort of to the New Game Plus though, because it's set. The description says that some new weapons and variants. Although I'm hoping the variants we saw in the trailer for Neighborhood Watch will be in the main thing too, because we saw like a shock, an electric slobber, and a fire burster.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember what those guys are, but
but I could assume one bursts fire.
Well, the chubby guys are the slobbers. They spit acid at you usually, or fire. And there's an electric variant now that's coming with this new update. And the burster
sounds like my ex.
Yeah, the bursters are the slow guys that explode near you when they get to you or you knock them down, and they don't have a variant to them until now. So, but I'm hoping they're gonna be not exclusive also to the Neighborhood Watch, that you play the update, the New Game Plus, and I'm also hoping maybe some variants from Sola appear in this thing too as a result, because the Sola variants only appear in Sola. You can't fight them in the base game.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, isn't it crazy though to think that like, Dead Island 2 when that game was first announced, in 2014, something like that, with that weird trailer of the guy, like the CG trailer.
well,
it was in development hell for how many years? And the fact that the game released and the fact that we're getting this much post-launch content, it's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, actually, I wasn't paying much attention to Dead Island 2 back in the day. I think I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was focused on some other things. That's all I remember. I don't know what, but
Okay.
not Dead Island 2. So, I only recently watched the 2014 trailer I think it was last year or the year before when I was looking forward to this new and improved Dead Island 2 that was finally coming. So, but
okay,
I didn't. I wasn't really invested in it back in those days, though. I guess Dead Island 1 was just my go-to, and
right. Well, yeah, which makes sense.
But
I think I think it's fun. I mean, I'm definitely going to be buying the Beast. I think Dying Light 1 is good. I recently went back to Dying Light 1, though, and I uninstalled it because I needed room. But my issue with Dying Light 1, maybe I'm just spoiled with, Series X, but that game does not have an FOV slider, a field of view slider.
Oh.
And because of that, the first-person parkour, at least to me, it feels, very tight and just kind of, claustrophobic feeling. And I know, I just when I was playing the game for the first time, I didn't have an issue because I didn't know what an FOV slider was. But after playing Dying Light 2 with an FOV all the way cranked up to the top, I mean, playing Dying Light 2 with a cranked up FOV is basically when you're doing the parkour, it's like you have a GoPro strapped to your back. I mean, it looks really realistic.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the Beast will have that FOV slider for Kyle Crane. But yeah, I'll be buying it. I don't know when it's releasing. I heard it's coming out next year, I think. But I'll check out the Dead Island 2 stuff as well. But
yeah.
I think zombie fans we're eating pretty good. No pun intended.
Yeah, and there's also supposed to be some new weapons in the New Game Plus. So whatever that means, I'm hoping it means good things though, because hopefully new doesn't just mean similar weapons.
Rehashed.
Similar weapons with a new name slapped onto them.
Right, yeah. Like Call of Duty does.
Yeah, because there's some weapons that should have special versions of themselves. Because the claws, for instance, you have those. I don't know if you've played Sola yet, but
I have not.
Yeah, there's some microphone claws in Sola. They're called I forget again what they're called, but
microphone claws.
Yeah, that's the main name for them. And then there's also the heavy metal, which is kind of like a fire axe type thing, but it's made out of a guitar. And I remember you saying that one. Yeah, it is a guitar, I should say. And there's also a pile driver. Although there's lots of sledgehammers, there's the home wrecker from the DLC that you should have gotten from getting the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also, of course, Emma's Wrath, which is a legendary sledgehammer. And now there's a pile driver, which is basically just it's kind of like a lesser version of Emma's Wrath, and it looks more like it was really built out of things. It's not just another sledgehammer. There's
okay, like a DIY.
Yeah, the handle even shows a bunch of parts and stuff that it's made out of and stuff. And it's there are weapons that should have variants that are special to them, what's a good one? There's the pickaxe. It's got nothing to it yet. There is one weapon called a brains with 4 Z's to it, and it's kind of like made out of a stop sign, and
Okay.
it's kind of in the shape of a mattock. It's kind of looks like a pickaxe, but it's got an axe head on it instead of a pick.
Was that like the Minecraft movie tie-in?
I guess so. I don't know, but
Don't worry, that'll be the next topic.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, there's lots of things. There's lots of weapons still that should have special things. You know, there's still, of all the legendary weapons, there's none that have an electric effect to them yet. There's fire, bleeding, mutilator as it's called, and impact. There's no and they also don't have any caustic mod legendaries either.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, hey, maybe they'll add that with another DLC. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe some of the new weapons will be new legendaries, because, you know, if people want to play New Game Plus and they have all the legendaries, they don't want to have to get the same legendary again, even if
That's
it's
true.
harder. So maybe they'll have it'll be like maybe same missions but different legendary weapons or something. I don't know. They still have
Sky's the limit. I mean,
they still have to show stuff about it or something, you know, like they have a trailer for the new mode. Why not? You know, next needs to be New Game Plus. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I mean, I'll be checking it out for sure. And you know, if we can keep getting meaningful content like we've been getting, I'm down for it. But anyway, we got to move on to the next topic. What is on your list?
Well, my list. Well, I'll talk about this one because it has been here since our Monsterverse podcast, actually. And we were going to talk about it the following podcast and then the one after that, and just haven't gotten to it yet. So, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yes, okay.
So, I haven't been looking into it, but what are your thoughts on it? I think it's by Bethesda, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Guys behind Fallout, Starfield, Skyrim, all that fun stuff. Yeah. I mean, you guys know I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan. I love all 5 movies. I think that, you know, it's. I don't want to say it's an old done franchise, but you know the movies are pretty much done.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're probably going to get spin-offs at some point, but for now it's pretty dead. But like I said, I genuinely love all 5 films. I think they're really fun, and the fact that we're getting a video game that is canon to Indiana Jones, you know, it's part of the timeline, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's obviously awesome. That's one of the first canon things we've ever had for this franchise that's not a movie, so you know that's neat. But yeah, Bethesda, I think for the most part, you know, they make pretty decent games. I love Skyrim. Starfield I want to love, but just runs like Dookie. But from what I've seen with Great Circle, it looks fun. I think it has some potential. Now, I'm not a fan of the voice acting.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm the best Harrison Ford.
I haven't seen any trailers or anything of it, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, I would watch it. I mean, they look good.
What's a voice you could perhaps compare it to, though, that I might recognize?
Yeah, it's basically, you know, they didn't get Harrison Ford, but
Obviously.
they got Troy Baker, Troy Baker's pretty much in every freaking thing in the world, and it just look. This is coming from a guy that does like over 60 voices. I'm not saying I'm the best ever, but you know, I'm good at the ones I can do.
Yeah.
It just sounds like Troy Baker. Like it doesn't sound like Harrison Ford to me. So that's a little disappointing. But the gameplay for this video game looks fun. You know what I mean? I like the whip. I like that you can use your gun.
Maybe Ben Schwartz would have done a better job.
I think a lot of people would have. You know what I mean? I would have done a better job. I mean, Christ. But, you know, obviously no one knows I exist. But I think it has potential. You know, I think it'll be fun. I'm definitely going to buy it.
Yeah.
Just to support something that's, you know, set in this universe. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was this game that was recently announced. They're not gonna make Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, I think it's actually coming to PlayStation 5 now as well. They caved in.
Yeah, because Microsoft, unlike Sony, has no spine of strong sturdiness. You know, they're
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
their spines are spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, exactly.
Cooked, of course, not pre-cooked.
Right. Yeah, you got to specify. No, I do. I love the concept of this. I do hope it's not all puzzle though. You know, like we recently got a Tintin game, Cigars of the Pharaoh, which is based on a really, really great arc in the TV show. I haven't read the book, but I saw the TV show. Cigars of the Pharaoh is a phenomenal story within the Tintin franchise, and the game is just. I mean, I haven't played it, and I'm not gonna buy it because it looks like Dookie, but it is just basically all puzzles, and there's like one fight scene, and it's really, really bad. So I hope with this game, in the similar vein of that we can get an adventure game, kind of looks like first person Uncharted in a way, but with a whip. And that's got potential.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure if Bethesda have passion like Legendary and Warner Brothers did for Godzilla, then I'm sure this will be a pretty decent Indiana Jones entry.
Yeah, and do you know? I think it's set between episode.
Well, it could be an episode.
I'm thinking of Star Wars. Yeah, it's set between, I believe, Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. I want to say.
Oh, you mean sometime during Raiders?
Oh yeah, because Temple came first. I freaking hate that. I think that.
Well, actually, technically, Young Adventures of Indiana Jones came after Last Crusade, so maybe that's actually the last thing.
Right, yeah. All I know is that it's before Kingdom and Dial. Okay.
Yeah. So.
But you got to know. But no, I'm definitely gonna support it. It looks fun.
Yeah. And on that
I just want Lego.
Huh?
I want Lego Indiana Jones 3. That's all I want.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if they do it justice, I might get it too if they made one. But yeah, just to try use this like the Skywalker Saga camera in an Indiana Jones game and riding a horse like that, and of course
in the desert, it'd be awesome.
Get into gunfights, enter specific areas like enter the Temple of Doom in the open world. Maybe have some.
Oh yeah.
Maybe actually bring spawning enemies back into this, and have like thuggies showing up when you're in there or something.
Oh yeah, I would assume they'd have to do that.
Well, yeah, because if you go in there and there's no thuggy, it's like, this is the Temple of Doom.
Yeah. Oh, they all left.
Did everybody just jump into the lava?
Yeah, must be on holiday.
But yeah, but on that same topic, I have to ask: have you seen any of the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones yet?
I sadly haven't. I really want to watch it. It's hard to do that with all the homework and the MCU rewatch.
Yeah.
That's kind of taken up a lot of my watch time.
And don't forget all your theater watches.
Exactly right. Once I do, finish the MCU up to this point, I think before I tackle like Daredevil and all like the MCU adjacent stuff like Spider-Man and X-Men and all that Fantastic Four, I think I might take a bit of a break. And watch that because I have it. Like I'm looking at it right now. It's in my cabinet.
Yeah.
And I really want to watch that.
And it's been almost a year
do a whole marathon
since you were given it, so it's like, what's the stall here?
Yeah, I know.
At least the MonsterVerse didn't take you this long to watch the first one. I mean, it still took a while, it seemed, but you finally got to it back in, what was it, October? Finally is when you started with Kong, and then ended in, I think it was early January before school started.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And so, like, I'm not asking if you watched the whole thing, of course, because it's three volumes as opposed to the MonsterVerse, which is just 4 little movies.
Yeah.
Well, 5 now, but you don't have the 5th one yet, or the Monarch show. But
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah, I was just kind of wondering if you'd seen any of it yet, and if it felt any bit at all like Indiana Jones. But I guess
Yeah.
I'll save that topic for when you just tell me when you've watched the first episode, and then we can talk sort of about your experience.
Yeah, no, for sure, because I really do want to watch it.
So I'll save this
once
topic.
I get the chance.
I'll save this topic for whenever as well.
Right. Now, you haven't seen it, right?
No, of course not. Actually, the movies are, for one thing, I never really got into the young thing. I guess Harrison Ford is my Indiana Jones, and a younger actor playing him. Just, I don't know. Not that it's a bad thing. I just
feels weird.
Yeah. It's like when you watch.
I totally understand that.
It's like when you watch, what's a good example? When you watch Iron Man after you watch Avengers or something, and
right.
they're young. Well, no, Iron Man 2, and then you watch Iron Man 1, and you see that Rhodes looks completely different.
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah. Or no, a better one is watching the prequel trilogy and then watching the Clone Wars show and hearing Matt Latner instead of Hayden Christensen as Anakin. That's a little weird at first.
Yeah, a little. But
you get used to it after 10 minutes. But yeah, no, I definitely do want to watch that. It's 100% the thing I'm going to do right after the MCU for sure. Because I'm gonna review it for the channel, obviously.
Yeah, but are you gonna review like volume, or are you reviewing the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll do volume review.
Yeah,
season,
And I mean, it's only what, like 7 episodes or something.
I think so. Yeah, each season there aren't that many episodes, but they're longer episodes. They're like an hour and a half.
Yeah, and also I think there's more discs to them though than there are episodes, but that's because of the special features and stuff for the episodes. Right. So, but okay, so. But yeah, I guess I'll save that one for later. Your next topic?
Yeah, so I was recently on a bit of a Rockstar gaming spree, I guess. I'm playing GTA 5 now, and I actually recently, bought the... Well, let me backtrack. I have the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, which is a compilation of Grand Theft Auto 3...
Yeah.
3 Vice City and San Andreas, and I played them. I thought they were fine, but they updated it and they made the Series X versions run like crud. So I rebought it for PlayStation 4, and this is the same case with Elden Ring. If you play Elden Ring and the GTA Trilogy PS4 version on a PS5, so you put the PS4 disc in your PS5 console, you will get better frames, better performance, all that. It's still... The port by Grove Street Games is pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie. It still stutters a little bit. Not horrible, but it obviously runs better than when they released in 2003 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I actually heard that Red Dead Redemption 1, if you buy that on PS4 and put it in your PS5, you'll get 60 FPS as well. So I thought it's kind of cool that you get to play these older games with these new benefits, and I think that's kind of cool. But my issue was GTA 6, right? That's coming out apparently next year. I don't know how big you are on Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, but are you excited for GTA 6? I mean, the whole world is excited, so I'm sure you are to a little baby degree, but I mean, this is going to be like the best looking game probably ever created. Like, there's a lot of hype. Do you think it can hit that hype? Or will it just be Cyberpunk all over again?
It's very much like Dying Light, future Dying Light to me. So, but also, actually, I've never really had a thing for GTA. I think actually I've seen my brother play it decades ago, but
okay,
yeah, I've never personally been into it. I mean, it's not that I'm not against the free roaming or anything, but it's just not been my video game vocabulary, so to speak. So
right. That's fair. But, I mean, there's controversy for a reason, right? I mean, this is one of the only gaming series where you play as a as a bad guy.
Yeah, and it's
It's like
also
the
I think it's also like I think you said in our first podcast, it's like a treasure trove of swears. And I mean, I'm no stranger to swears, of course. I said I wouldn't see Deadpool 1 and 2 because of that, and I ended up getting them mainly because of the prices when I saw them, and I just felt like, why not? But
right.
But yeah, mainly the swearing though, and I mean, the zombie games I play have enough swears. At least when when you actually are playing them, and it's not just you running around after you've beaten the story.
True.
I mean,
yes.
there's still a few swear words here and there, but not like when you're playing the story. But
right.
But it's GTA's never been my thing. But for those that it has been a thing for, maybe it'll be good. I mean, you said that Rockstar were complete cunts when it came to the original GTA trilogy because they had to release the definitive edition, and so they had to take away the originals or something.
Yeah. I mean, I love the trilogy definitive edition. I mean, Christ, that name is like crazy long. But when it works, I mean, I never played GTA 3, Vice City, or San Andreas as a kid. I was never allowed. And I'm not going to, obviously I'm not going to buy the PS2 versions when I got a better version right in front of me. So, when they're not messes of garbage and stuttering nonsense, they're really fun. They're old, but they're good.
Yeah.
And, GTA it's not my favorite series ever. It can get a little boring after all when all you're doing is killing cops. But, there's no other game where you can do that. And obviously, you don't have to be a bad guy. If you just want to roam around and, help people, there's opportunities for that too. But I like the freedom it gives. I think it's a really beautiful world. And from what we've seen with GTA 6 with that first trailer, I mean, the graphics in that look absolutely mind-blowing. So I doubt it's going to be 60 FPS on anything. I think it'll be capped at 30 for even the current console generation. Just because, I mean, the graphics look so intensive, I mean, Red Dead 2 looks phenomenal. But my issue with that is Red Dead 2 looks great, but there's a lot of motion blur that you can't disable.
Oh.
So it's like someone smeared Vaseline on your TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't patch that. It's really stupid.
That one, that's out, isn't it? Red Dead 2?
What's that? Oh, that's been out. Yeah, Red Dead 2 released in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, but I can't play it for more than 10 minutes because the motion blur. It's just it's horrible.
Yeah, well. Is that kind of like a phobia of yours?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just hypersensitive to motion blur. Like when I play a game with a lot of fast-paced movement and quick camera turns, it just, especially in the Wild West where you have a bunch of trees and grass, everything just being blurry kind of just gives me a headache after a little bit. Thankfully, with Grand Theft Auto, you can disable motion blur, which is in my opinion, like I turn motion blur off with every game, no matter what. It looks bad to me.
Yeah. But yeah, to answer your question though, it might, GTA 6 might do good. I don't know. But if the Rockstar, put actual passion into it, it could be.
And I think they will. I mean, Rockstar pretty much does that with every game. The reason why the Trilogy Definitive Edition was so garbage when it released is because Grove Street Games were the developers, not Rockstar. Rockstar just basically gave them the all clear to do it. If Rockstar did do this trilogy, it would probably be remade from the ground up.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. I'm excited for it. I mean, Rockstar is, for a lot of people, like synonymous with high quality. Like they can do no wrong. And for the most part, I mean, they're great. Like, if you play GTA 5, like, it's objectively a well-made game. Like, it's not, no one can really say it's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe not your favorite, but it's not poorly made. So I'm excited for it. But, we'll have to see how it actually turns out. If it even comes out next year, it might be delayed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so next topic. I know you haven't seen this, and I recently got it, and I have seen it twice now. But
okay.
we can still sort of talk non-spoilers anyway of the Knuckles show.
Yes. Yep.
So, first of all, was that one of your topics?
No, actually,
Okay.
but it was on my mind. For some
Okay.
reason, it's not, but I was thinking about it.
Okay. So, well, I don't know. Maybe you should ask me what I think of it, since, I mean, it's
Right,
kind
yeah,
of,
okay.
kind of weird
I saw that
asking you what you thought of it when you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Awesome.
I saw the trailer. That's all I saw, and obviously, the Blu-ray cover or the DVD cover and whatnot. But
Yeah.
the trailer looked fun. You know what I mean? I think I remember Wade getting dragged by his heels or something. And I remember a bowling alley fight scene.
Yeah.
Some guy that looked like the Shocker from Spider-Man: Homecoming. And Knuckles too. He's in there. But it looks fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, I love Sonic 1. Sonic 2 is good. I got to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Sonic 3, obviously. And I do want to see this. I think I got to give Paramount some props for having the balls to release this on physical media. Because sure as hell Disney's not, and Netflix isn't.
Yeah.
That's why I go on eCreator and Etsy and all that.
Well,
They're bootlegs, but
I
they
did
work.
see some things that when I got this, because I was looking for the Blu-ray before I ultimately had to cave to the DVD, and I was looking.
Yeah.
And there were actually still some Disney Plus shows on the shelf. Well, on a different shelf, but
true.
in the same store.
Right.
But although a lot of them that I was looking at were 4K, and I'm not getting 4K.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
But yeah, they still had, they had, I think, WandaVision, they had Obi-Wan, they had, I think, Andor, Moon Knight, and I think
Loki, right?
Well, yeah, I saw Loki at a different store after my mom and I went there, but
Okay.
it was, still, but so they're not, they may not release all their stuff, which they should, but there's still a few things that are available to get officially.
Yeah.
But
There's a few gems.
yeah, but Paramount Plus has already released the Halo show on physical, so it's not too surprising or, kind of a shocker to see them do it with Knuckles as well.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, Sonic is more popular than ever now.
Yeah. And but in terms of the show, though, it's actually, well, the internet is the internet. I don't have to say much more about that, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The first time was kind of weird because there's a couple of episodes that are, well, especially the second of the couple of episodes was kind of weird because it's very much almost like a musical episode, and
Okay.
yeah,
I didn't expect that.
and it's not really a spoiler to say this. Knuckles is only in the beginning and the end, and Wade is dressed as Knuckles throughout the majority of it.
Like the whole show or that episode?
The episode, duh. Not gonna,
Oh, thank God. Okay.
No. But yeah, it was kind of weird at first, but watching it a second time yesterday, I knew what I was in for this time, so I could watch it a little more,
Right.
at ease. But yeah, but overall, it's okay. I mean, it's very much character development on those two.
Okay.
It's not,
Which is good. I mean, that's
like,
good.
Wade isn't the little thing he is in the movies. And Knuckles isn't, just, Knuckles is kind of like Thor in a way because,
Yeah.
he's adjusting to Earth life. So, and of course,
Good analogy.
not having a sense of humor. Of course, he's a very humorous character.
Right. It's like Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters.
I guess so. But yeah, he's, it's a pretty good show. It's very similar to, there's definitely parallels between it and Sonic 1 in terms of, the dynamic between the characters. Because, the first one was Sonic and Tom, or Donut Lord, and this one is Knuckles and Wade. And it's very much similar, except, of course, Wade already knows Knuckles exists. He doesn't shoot him out of fear.
Right.
And also the villain knows Knuckles exists. He doesn't scream and get punched in the face. But yeah, it's very similar, and the ending is very similar too. And it's a good one. I wouldn't call it perfect, of course. I don't think anything is perfect anymore in Hollywood media. Not even the thing that has the least, if not none, of the W stuff in it whatsoever.
Right.
I would rate it somewhere between 8 and 8.5, maybe like an 8.3.
That's a fair rating. I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, not like a 5 or a 6 or whatever. The people complaining that Knuckles isn't the center of attention. I mean, they're not going to have.
Now, is that true?
Well, he's, it's very much, like I said, like Sonic 1, Sonic wasn't in every darn scene in the darn movie. There's times where it cuts to the humans, and Tom especially, and, like, they're not gonna, like, you can't make a movie or a show where the main character of the thing is, like, in every shot or every scene or whatever, like, it has to cut to other characters too. Otherwise, why don't you just play a video game if you just want to see the main character running around doing stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
I mean, if that's their only real complaint, I haven't really heard that much. Like I said, the only negative I've ever seen of the show is just that Knuckles is barely in it, which I'm assuming that's false.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there are episodes where he's barely in it. Like I said, that weird one, the musical one, but otherwise, he's, he has, I'd say, a fair amount of screen time, like Sonic in the first one. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like Godzilla 2014.
Yeah, he's barely in that one.
But or it's not like Godzilla in GXK even. It's very, it's very 50-50, I'd say, between him and Wade, actually.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's, it's good, and, there are characters that are in the movies that show up, but they're special guest stars, meaning they're in just the one episode that they're in, and that's it.
Okay.
But they definitely reference the movies, and so far I can't really say there's too much Sonic 3, of course, but but yeah, it's decent. It's got also, not a spoiler, Knuckles glides for the first time in this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he kind of does an E.T. There's like an E.T. shot almost in the episode that you see him gliding.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like against a full moon.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
baby up.
Yeah, there's a shot like that, and he finally gets to eat his grapes that he was mentioning at the end of the second movie. So.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah. But
thank goodness I can sleep tonight.
Yeah. The other weird.
I'm glad
episode,
it's a good show though.
Yeah. The other weird episode. It's not as weird as the musical one. It just they kind of have some religion stuff in there, but it's not as in your face as W stuff these days is. It's more just
like Christian Catholic religion or some other religion.
Jewish.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Who's Jewish in the show?
You'll find out.
Okay. All right. I was like, yes. Knuckles is a Jew. Hold on a minute.
No, Knuckles is more of a, I don't know what you'd call it, tribesman.
Echidna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more tribal than religious.
Right. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, I like that.
So, at least initially, I mean, he obviously, like I said, he there's character development that you get in with him in this, and he finally, I guess you could say he sort of softens up a bit.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I'm glad we're getting development for him, and Wade, because, like you said, Wade in the movies is just kind of like Patrick Starr as a cop. He's just kind of like the token comedy idiot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's stupid in the show because he's pretty dumb in the trailer. But I like that they actually care about these characters in this world, and they're not just creating stuff for toddlers to watch. Like they actually care about their writing, which is good.
And even though you don't like the wedding scene in the second one, I mean, that's also character development for, the sister, and
right.
Also, well, I don't know about character development per se. Maybe a little bit of the sister's fiance, but
yeah, okay.
But it goes to it allows some of the characters that are introduced either before or currently to have a little more than just be, seem like background characters in the foreground, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, now I read online today, I don't know if this is true or just a rumor, but they were saying that their goal, if Sonic 3 does well in the box office, is to actually make another Sonic trilogy. So we're going to have 6 movies in total, a Shadow spinoff, and some other stuff.
Well,
so,
there is one. I can't really say if this is really a spoiler because a lot of Sonic fans know about this. You may not, but a lot of Sonic fans know about this. There is a character in the lore, in the games, whatever, called Metal Sonic.
Yes,
and a lot of people are wanting to see him. And
I think that'd be cool.
Apparently, he's also an enemy of Shadow in the lore. So
yes,
I'm hoping to see in Sonic 3 that if this is Dr. Robotnik's last, like Jim Carrey's last, because I mean, he obviously unless he's really like Harrison Ford and is really committed to doing the role in 3 more movies after this one.
Yeah.
And just put up with all the back pain and everything.
Yeah.
Then, they should introduce Metal Sonic in this 3rd one, and then because he actually, I guess, is a personality of his own, much like Mechagodzilla. Yeah. And,
right.
He eventually becomes an antagonist of his own. He's not just a robot, controlled by Robotnik or Eggman. He's made by Eggman, but not, once he's made, he does his own thing kind of thing. And he's, of course, an enemy of Sonic, and he clashes with Knuckles, Knuckles, yeah, but Shadow a few times, apparently, I guess.
I've heard of...
So
yeah, there's there's Metal Sonic, and then there's also Silver the Hedgehog, which I wonder if he'll have any play.
Yeah, maybe.
He'll be the post-credit scene of Sonic 3.
Yeah, there's also Amy that people want to see. So.
Yep, Amy, Big the Cat.
Definitely,
there's so much.
Definitely, there's lots of characters they still could introduce.
Oh yeah, there's a ton. If, like I said, if they can keep these movies good. And by all means, keep expanding. That'd be kind of cool.
Not to mention shows, too. And some people are... I saw one comment on Reddit today that somebody saying, because they hated the Knuckles show, they really hope nothing in Sonic 3 is mentioned about the Knuckles show or something. But I'm hoping there is. You saw the Sonic 3 trailer. You saw Knuckles' fists on fire in the beginning of it. And...
right.
At least the side, the spine of the physical media case has a picture of him posing with fire fists. And so they're obviously bringing that into this. So, and if Wade is in it as well, then maybe we can finally get a better him and Robotnik face-to-face time. Because Robotnik's always being kind of a bully to him, and he can finally bring the confidence and stuff that he learned in the Knuckles show and have a round 3 with Robotnik, more, even playing field, so to speak.
I'm down for that. I mean, I think it'll work. I think it'll work. And obviously, look, regarding the seeing if it's canon or not, obviously it is. It's just like the sequel trilogy, some people really hate it, but regardless of your opinion on it, it counts. Yeah. It's real. So I think if they do mention it, that'd be good. Like, you look at the Cars trilogy, right? Like Cars 1, 2, 3. Cars 2, everyone hates. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, yeah.
They don't even mention...
It's not even...
Like, they don't even mention Cars 2 in Cars 3. They don't, Ben McMissile or Holly Shiftwell or Professor Z. Like, it's like it never happened. Which I don't like. I think Disney kind of got scared.
Well, I think there's still some things that it brings into it because McQueen is a little more, Mater shows up a little better, more at McQueen's races.
True.
And he's obviously, McQueen is a little more, isn't so fed up with him like he is in 2. So
yeah.
But yeah, there's no mention of those things. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have the rocket jets that he gets to keep in the end. But it doesn't matter. I mean, there's lots of things they don't mention in sequel movies from previous ones. Like I think in not Sonic, in the Spider-Man trilogy, Doc Ock is not mentioned in Spider-Man 3.
True. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it happened because they show a glimpse of him in the opening credits, that shot of him drowning briefly, but they don't, there's no mention of last time I checked, you were being, Peter doesn't get into MJ's face at some point. Saying,
he looks at the camera and he says, "Do y'all remember?"
Yeah.
Remember last movie, you guys in the audience? Yeah.
Yeah. Or looking at MJ and saying you seem to forget that I'm the one who saved you from Dr. Otto Octavius, 3 years ago or whatever. But now you're getting in my face because I'm not supporting you in your play because, I thought it was great and everybody else thought it wasn't or something. I don't know. But,
due to nefarious circumstances.
But anyway, yeah. But, I don't mind Cars 2 either. I mean, I admit it's different, but, it's character development for Mater.
Yeah, I mean, we'll think about it like this. We went from Cars 1, which is basically just about racing, to literally cars getting burnt alive, exploded, murdered, and guns. And then in Cars 3, they're back to racing. It's dude.
Yeah, well,
it's the guys are smoking crack.
Guns are kind of hinted at in the first one because McQueen thinks the sheriff's shooting at him. So
that's true.
But I have no problem with it. I don't have any problem with Knuckles. I don't have any problem with the sequel trilogy. Anything that, if there's one thing I do have a problem with, it would have to be something I can't think of right now. So
that makes a lot of sense. I agree with you.
But
I completely agree with you. Anyway, I think we have time for.
Yeah.
I think we have time for one more topic. I wanted to talk about the Minecraft movie trailer, but if you have something better, let me know.
By all means, I can keep my next one for next time.
Okay, have you seen this trailer?
Well, I only saw it when you did your reaction, and it was definitely an interesting.
It was definitely a trailer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I think the one thing that freaked me out the most was the sheep when its eyes were looking in opposite directions, and he was looking at the camera and was like, bah. Like,
yeah, what a fever dream that trailer was.
Yeah, and
like they must have been high as hell when they made this fucking like, dude. Like, what is this trailer? Like, I'm not gonna again. If you saw my reaction, I don't hate it. Okay, there were some good shots. CGI looks fine for the creeper and for the environment, right? I like the environment.
The live action
the fact
is
that they have
the biggest problem.
Yes, like Jack Black. As much as I hate Jack Black as a person, I think that he's fine in some roles. You know, I don't mind him as Poe, but it's just really like he doesn't look like Steve. You know what I mean? Steve's not an obese old guy with a beard. Like it's really weird. You know, the girl from Wednesday's in it. She's cool, but everyone else, it doesn't work, man. As I said in my video, please make it animated, just like the Mario movie. You know, Sonic and Pikachu, they worked. Okay, they worked, but
here's the thing. I think sometimes what they do is they first make the world and then they try to put live action people into it. Whereas they should put the live action in first and then make the animated into it. You know, like Sonic, for instance, it was all live action and they put the animated in it. Whereas
and it looked good.
Whereas this, it's like they did the opposite. And
again, it feels very like
it makes sense. They're trying to be faithful to the game. They're trying to have cube everything. You know, like cube terrain, cube animals, except people for some reason. I mean,
like I think, as I said, what they should have done is make it like the Lego movie, right?
Yeah.
Make it a completely animated movie and have your Minecraft people animate like how they move in the game, which I get it. Then you would have, it's just a ripoff of the Lego movie. But at least it would be a more faithful adaptation. You know what I mean? It's mind-boggling.
I mean, for one thing, the characters don't bend their limbs in the Lego in the game. You know, they're like when you're digging in third person, you just see his arm flinching the whole time.
Right.
And when you're walking, you know, he just kind of does. It's like he has no joints except in his hip and in his shoulders. You know?
Yeah.
And his neck, of course. He sort of looks up and down, but yeah, like I think that actually would have been made it a little better and perhaps even more funny just seeing that, you know. And then if you have have like a fist fight between characters, you just see their arms looking like they're
flopping around. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the charm of the Lego movies is that the Lego movies are animated to look like stop motion. So when people move, a lot of the comedy of those 4 Lego movies is just based in their movement style. You know, it's funny to see them do that, and I think it's just a big missed opportunity.
They're not like Lego games where you do see their joints bend and stuff. Like they're actually doing the minifigs. You know, like when somebody does a splits, they actually have to move one leg forward and the other back, and then get the shot sideways.
Exactly right. It's just. I don't know. I think, you know, when you look at Sonic and Pikachu, those worked. Mario, thank God they animated Mario. For Uncharted, I actually think that worked. Obviously, my thoughts on Uncharted, it should have been like how they made the Tintin film. Borderlands, I was the only one that saw Borderlands that I know. I didn't hate it. I thought it was decent. Like, I'll buy it on Blu-ray. It was fine.
Yeah.
But again, Borderlands should have been freaking animated. You know what I mean? I know Jack Black was Claptrap, but you know he's CGI. It's just like why? I don't get it. It's weird.
Yeah, but yeah, I was kind of reacting to it similar to you. Like, what the heck is this? You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, especially that sheep though, it really kind of like, whoa, this is Minecraft. I mean, they're obviously trying to they're actually trying to make it look like in the game, because I guess in the game their eyes are actually split apart like that. Looking, you know, the right eye looking right and the left eye looking left. They're not cross-eyed.
Yeah.
And they're the opposite of cross-eyed, but in a movie live action based is supposed to be. It kind of looks like maybe the sheep ate a patch of grass that had something extra in it.
Yeah, right. Little goodie in there.
But yeah, but I might not see it because I mean, for one thing, I haven't really been into Minecraft like that. I mean, I haven't even played the game in a while. I should do that. Just run around my little worlds that I made. But
yeah,
I probably
same.
Won't
I
see it.
like Minecraft. I own it. I own the game. I played it. I will admit, after watching the trailer, after I threw up, it metaphorically, it did make me want to play Minecraft. Like, in a weird way. Like, I was like, oh, I should load... I like Lego Worlds better in terms of building, but I'm like, oh, yeah, Minecraft's pretty good. I'll give that a shot, and it is what it is.
But, yeah, I don't entirely plan on seeing a Minecraft movie, as it's called, actually.
Yeah, right.
We
can't call it the Minecraft, because then it's like the Lego movies.
Yeah, and they can't just say, like, Magical World, a Minecraft story.
Right, exactly.
Or something like that. But, yeah, for those that do see it and enjoy it, and hopefully you will, despite your, initial impression from the trailer.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be good for them to enjoy. I mean, I don't see it
and it's releasing in April.
I don't see it doing box office big numbers, but...
No. I think it might be a flop like Borderlands.
Yeah, maybe better than Madam Web, though.
I think, yeah, you can't get much worse than Madam Web.
That you know of.
That I know of, right. I mean, I've seen some pretty bad movies. I think, yeah, Madam Web might be the worst movie of the year. Borderlands isn't... I don't know. Borderlands got way too much hate. I mean, if you actually like sit down and watch that freaking movie, it's not like a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's better than that.
Yeah. Well,
I think once you get past the weird casting, it's a fun time.
Yeah, and it's like actually in Knuckles there is one character that people really hate, and
okay.
But she, like, because she's really annoying, but she's meant to be that way. If people don't realize when these characters behave the way they do, they're meant to be that way. They're not.
So it's like Jar Jar.
Yeah, they're not cast and then, like, it's like the actor decides to do completely their own thing. I mean, it is like that, but, it's not like they did it off the page and then the directors just, kind of whatever, like they're meant to be like that. I'm sure they're written that way, and then the director just tells them to, like, try to put their mindset into how this character being this way would be if you were being the character. It's not just do whatever you want and we'll make the character that way. It's be this character, and then just do it how you would do it to make your.
It's like Anakin in the prequels, right? Like, Anakin in the prequels. I'm not a big fan of his performance, but George Lucas, like, in an interview, he told Hayden to act like a creeper. He's like, act weird, and like, I don't know why, but that's what he did. So like, all these actors, they're not just making this stuff up. Like, they're told to act a specific way. It's like when I'm doing voice acting. They tell you, as Master Wu or whoever, say this angry. I'm not just. It's not a free for all.
I'm sure Jar Jar was meant to be clumsy.
Right.
And the actor didn't just decide he was clumsy.
Yeah.
George wanted him
What's
to be
the line?
clumsy.
What is Obi-Wan? He said, "You were banished because you were clumsy." He's like, "Missa committed genocide." I don't know.
But yeah. But anyway, I hope the Minecraft movie is entertaining anyway.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm seeing it, so we'll have to see. But I think that's our time, guys. We can keep talking forever, but
if homework wasn't involved anyway.
Right. Yeah, I got to finish up GTA here, and then I'm gonna hopefully get into my lesson plan here. But school's fun. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, we covered some good stuff. I think Rockstar, Zombies, Knuckles.
Sonic,
some video game movies. Sonic, yeah, okay, I'll count that.
I mean,
I just got to remember what we did so I can make the thumbnail. But if you guys enjoyed this, again, please make sure to leave a like. That does help out. Subscribing is helpful as well. It's free, by the way, and takes a second. It's very quick.
And again,
we appreciate it.
Unsubscribe and resubscribe if you already are subscribed but haven't gotten any notifications from me.
Right.
If you caught all of that, I know it sounded like a tongue twister, but
yeah.
But take it from
our viewer. Don't worry, our listeners.
Franchise.
Our listeners are smart. Yeah, our listeners are smart. They know what's up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and hopefully our next one will be at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes longer, maybe.
Yeah, I can do that.
But yeah, but part of the reason too is because this was done on a day before school, whereas usually we try to do it the last day of school of the week.
Right.
So you have no school the following day, even though it probably, probably got grains of salt amount from crate amounts of homework.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you wish you had that much homework?
I wish I had very little.
Okay.
If that's what you mean.
No, I meant because crate is covered in salt.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't want that, no.
Yeah, and I was saying that's probably how much homework you have by the end of the week.
Pretty much, yeah.
But anyway. All right, so any closing remarks?
Nope, just if you guys had fun, again, tell us your favorite topic. And, hey, if you want us to cover a specific topic regarding anything franchise-wise next podcast, make sure to leave a comment. We have some good ideas, but I think it'd be nice to hear. It'd be nice to hear, what you guys want us to talk about. I think that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe.
As long as we know what it is as well, because if it's a movie back in the 40s... Yeah,
don't say Care Bears or something.
Yeah, if it was a movie back in the 40s, then we'll be like, okay, next.
Yeah. Yeah, talk about Casablanca. Be like, no.
Okay. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. It's a good movie. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fun stuff. Anyway, like, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Thank you for listening. And, we'll have some more fun stuff next time. But again, I'm serious here. Leave a comment on what you want us to talk about. I don't think we've ever done that before, Echo or Recon. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys have to say. Anyway, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.
Later, folks.